Number one, we'll go recruiting. We know that camps are in play. A lot of big camps late May into June. A lot of commitments will be made 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks from now throughout the summer. Who are the big names that are in play for Alabama right now? Who's gaining much of the talk?
Well, right now, there are a lot of huge names in play, primarily at wide receiver in the defensive secondary. There's a couple of guys. The Dijon kid, he is one of the first kids out there, and when you watch his tape, reminds you a lot of Patrick Surtain. So he is out there, in these camps here. You have the Anthony Rogers kid at running back that a lot of people are looking at right now, and he is high on Alabama. Then you got this quarterback here that a lot of people are high on as well. I think his first name is Keon at quarterback that a lot of people are looking at. He's committed to SMU, but Alabama's got a bit of a lean there from him. The Tide is looking to get him on campus. And then you still have the Derek Smith kid, though he's already committed to Alabama, the wide receiver from Southside High School in Selma. He is still locked in to the Crimson Tide. So several offensive linemen, wide receivers, defensive backs that will have unlimited official visits. There's no more of a number being placed on these official visits now. They can take as many visits as they want to. They can be at these programs, in these camps, where these coaches can get their eyes on these kids and really, truly make these committable offers to them. So Kalen DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, who is the general manager for Alabama in terms of recruiting all of these assistant coaches, they know once we get these kids here on this campus, we can make as many committable offers as we can. And Alabama's doing its best to get a lot of these kids here on this campus, especially when you look at June and July here.
So, Stephen, I know that you eventually get to a lot of tape, but it's difficult at this time of year to get to everybody because we're talking a lot of names, and everybody you named is a top-notch recruit. But based on your intel, some of the people you talk to, and just the tape that you've watched, any particular guys that stand out to you, whether you just named them or guys that might be under the radar that you really like?
I like the Rogers kid at running back. I mean, speed, burst, power, explosiveness, cutback ability. I like him. The Dijon kid at cornerback, when you watch him play, there's a lot of Patrick Surtain there. The way he mirrors receivers, he closes on the football, he breaks up passes, he can tackle extremely well. Of a Derek Smith kid from Southside High School in Selma. When you watch this young man play, he can play receiver, he can play defensive back. The athleticism is there for that young man. So just those three have stood out. And even a guy like a Luke Metz, who recently committed to Alabama not too long ago at linebacker from Georgia, he can lay the wood. He can come up and tackle, can hit, can play in coverage. And this is the type of guy in Metz that Kane Womack wants in this 4-2-5 defensive system. So Alabama is going out there. They're getting more defensive kids to fit this 4-2-5, but they're also picking up these offensive guys that can fit into the mold of this Kalen DeBoer offense, which is explosiveness, which is motion, shifting, getting to your spot through on the field and just making plays.
Stephen M. Smith, Touchdown Alabama. In my own words, that's the show you need to catch each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 Central. It's right here on YouTube, talking Alabama, talking the SEC. In my own words with Stephen, and talking again the Tide and the SEC.